You know, parenting SOS for you this morning. The zoo, a great way to entertain the kids for the summer. But hey, this is another way we all rely on. Those screens keep the kids very busy. But how can we do it wisely? Well, Dr. Darcy Walker with Core Parenting is joining us with some advice this morning. And Darcy, interesting to hear that you just finished 5 days with your kids, 5 and 8, with no screen time at all.
Right.
How did it go?
It was great. We were out in the woods, playing in the dirt. After a day or so, they stopped asking for video games and really just found their rhythm with the natural play.
We went 5 hours the other night.
5 minutes
when the power was out, and you'd think it was a catastrophe, right?
Yeah.
There's an addiction that happens.
Yes.
So when they get it regularly, they actually kind of have to detox from it. So when it's 5 hours or just a couple hours, it seems like it's harder than when you go for longer periods.
So after day 5, what happened on day 6? Did you set up some rules in terms of limiting screen time?
Right, I think that's really important. Having very consistent and predictable rule times cuts down on the amount of power struggling that happens when kids are constantly asking and asking and asking and you're constantly having to make a decision. Rather, I recommend having predictable times like Tuesday from 4 to 6 or Sunday all day, whatever the rules are that work for your family. That way the kids always know when it's available and for how long it's available.
Well, one of the real pitfalls of parenting is that you have to set a good example. Darn it. And that sometimes doesn't go well with parents and their own screens.
Right, we are all so addicted to screens and we can be looking at our phones while telling our kids to get off of theirs. I think that we need to set up a culture in the family where we have regular time that is completely screen-free and everybody understands that. Dinner time or from after work until bedtime or whenever it is that the kids see us not interacting with our screens.
I know you also suggest a family meeting to sort of settle on these rules and guidelines.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of summer. I really like the idea of having kids have a say in how they spend their summer and their free time. Having kids make a list of all the things that they would really like to do, like read a book or do a puzzle or practice photography or whatever it is, they make a list. And then when they're bored or they are wanting to play on screens and you don't want them to, you can redirect them to their list.
Let's get out that list and see what we could do instead.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Dr. Darcy Walker with Core Parenting, thanks so much for coming in. You can stop by my house anytime and implement those rules. We're back in just a minute.